Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 23, Sean.
23? Are you sure?
It's Michael Jordan, bro.
Man, this better be the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time episode here of Two Dads Drink. What's going on, Sean?
Swish.
Swish. Even though we're going to talk football today.
Yeah, well. Your kicker can't hit a swish, so it don't matter.
He hit a couple swishes. What are you talking about? And he's not my kicker. He's my backup punter who's playing kicker. But we're not going to talk about that right now. What's our unofficial sponsor today, Sean?
Oh, it is Old Smoky. It reminds me of my beard with my gray hair. But it's Old Smoky Salty Caramel. And check out the little video, the little short that we have no idea how to do. And see how drunk we get off of this. So...
yeah, our YouTube mentor told us to do it.
He doesn't know what kind of stupid stuff we do, does he?
I guess not.
He'll probably enjoy it, though.
Well, let us know if you enjoy our short, if you can even find it. That'd be great. Cheers, Sean.
Cheers.
We already know what this is going to taste like. Very caramelly.
Not kidding. Oh, man.
Again, this is probably more of a mixed. You know, it's probably better mixed than shooting it.
I don't even know what I would like to mix that with.
I don't know. Don't they have like a caramel Pepsi or something these days?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Dude,
it's not definitely not the worst we've had.
No, it's just I don't like that.
It's like that syrupy taste.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. It doesn't taste. Believe me, we've had way worse in terms of pure taste.
Yeah.
That syrupy stuff just makes me like.
Yeah. But hey, I needed something else for my wonderful cabinet I have here in the office for when we drink.
Yeah, he doesn't want to bring the good stuff. He just wants to stick the ugly stuff in the cabinet.
It's not true. I have good stuff for next week, buddy. I split it up. Or next turn.
I was going to say, is it your turn next week again? Did you lose a bet again?
It's your turn next week. I did not lose a bet that I know of. There's some news in the NFL world.
Well, my team went big with a big trade for a guy that wasn't even mentioned as a trade candidate.
Yes, I didn't hear about it until it was just announced that it was done, you know?
Well, I think I texted you the night that it was announced. The Steelers game is they announced it during the game, but they didn't make it official until a few days later. But the Steelers traded for the Jaguars middle linebacker Joe Schobert, who had over 100 tackles last season. Why are they trading this guy who's young, just signed a new contract?
I don't know, but also at the same point is why are the Steelers trading for him? They don't really need a linebacker.
Vince Williams retired. Their other starting middle linebacker retired.
Oh, well, see, I'm learning all kinds of news.
Yeah, he retired at the beginning of the week before their game. And as much as they like Robert Spillane because he can make some tackles, he's a good run-stuffing linebacker. Obviously, they didn't think he can run the defense.
And what's his nuts is coming off an injury, right?
It's not even that. We run a 3-4. We need two linebackers.
That's true. But he's coming off an injury, so it doesn't hurt to have depth, too.
Right. So they have three middle linebackers. Spillane could fill in. Schobert's proven as a beast. He has over almost 300 tackles in 2 years. And then you have Devin Bush, who's physically a beast, who can cover a lot of guys. Doesn't hurt, especially on defense like ours already.
Well, we didn't watch our games together this week, so
no.
I caught the stats of your game, and that's about it. Yeah. And then I caught 3/4 of my game. So tell me a little bit about your game.
Oh, I caught about 3/4 as well. Standouts, once again, Najee Harris stands out as just he's going to be a beast. That's the only thing you can see out of him. The offense looked pretty good with Juju playing this week, Deontay playing this week. And real big standout, and I'm going to give him credit, is Dwayne Haskins. He went, I want to say it was 8 for 12 or 8 for 13 for 130 yards and a touchdown.
I thought I saw something along the lines of him doing like 14 for 18 or something like that.
Maybe I'm underestimating him.
Yeah, I thought he had like 80% completion percentage or something.
But he once again took another step in the sense of showing he can lead an offense and actually producing.
So does that make your other boy dispensable?
Mason? I think so. I think at the end of the thing, they're going to end up keeping Dwayne and Joshua Dobbs.
Okay.
Because they paid Mason a little bit of an upgrade this offseason, but that upgrade, just like a lot of backups, came with, if we cut you, it's not a big deal to us.
There's no guarantees.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I think that's what's going to end up happening. They're going to save some money, just like they actually made a cap decision today. Stephon Tuitt decided to take a reduction and move a lot of his cap salary to bonuses.
Yeah.
And it saved the Steelers $7 million this season. So if they just made that trade for Schobert, there's still some tackles out there that the Steelers are desperately in need of.
I always wonder about that. Like, why is it that the NFL lets people manipulate the cap so much? Like, if they want to have more cap space, they're like, "Oh, here, I'm just going to make your deal fully guaranteed this year." No, we have $8 more million to play with now. Like,
yep.
Okay, like, what does that do for anything? Like, just guarantee all your players' salaries. You'll have unlimited cap, right?
I guess, but
I don't know.
I'm not going to complain because every team does it, and every team has to figure it out.
Oh yeah, I mean, Stephen Jones is like the master.
Right.
That dude's always doing it.
Nonetheless, I know for a fact that before the preseason got going, I told you, I'm like, I question the Steelers' offensive line, the age a little bit. And since then, they brought Trey Turner in. They brought Joe Schobert in, or Schobert. Who else? There was another guy they brought in, but I can't think of his name. Decent player again. But then they brought Kalen Ballage in over the offseason with Najee Harris. I'm actually halfway liking what the Steelers have done. And not just for this season, because obviously they're going all in on trying to win with Ben this year. But what they've done for the future, because Dwayne Haskins kind of covers, if he turns out like he covers the issue of needing a quarterback. Now you can go draft other positions. Even if it's for 1 year. Say this upcoming season after Ben retires, they start Dwayne for 1 year, and okay, he's not the quarterback. But you still took a year to figure that out with a guy who could play, has been a starter, has talent. You could probably, if it was me, draft an offensive lineman to fit the role. Because you already got your running back, you got young receivers. You don't really.
So you're saying go all in and give Dwayne 1 year to prove himself?
I would definitely be giving him next year.
Okay. I mean, it's not like. Well, I guess I can't say this because of what we're going to talk about later in the show, but it's not like usually a rookie quarterback's not going to come in and be successful. But
unless you're in the top 5, how's that? It's not typically a thing. Unless you're in that top 5.
Now it's starting to be like these quarterbacks are just coming on into the NFL like way more.
Yeah, but Dwayne was one of them. And never really got a chance in Washington.
Yeah, I mean, he had moments in Washington where he looked good.
He had bad coaching, though. And then once he finally got the good coaching kind of turned around on him.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And that's the worst part is, and we'll bring up we're going to talk about young quarterbacks today, but like there's guys like Josh Rosen out there. Dude got screwed.
But he never really showed any signs.
How would you know?
He had a chance.
The 1 year in Arizona, which he didn't have no weapons, that was right when they were turning everything around. They go and fire the coach, bring in a new coach who doesn't want him. Don't get me wrong, I love Kyler Murray, and I understand the move to bring Kyler Murray in when you have the chance to do that. Because do I think he's better than Josh Rosen? Probably. But how do you know what Josh Rosen is?
Well, Josh Rosen went to Miami, and then weeded
never got a
himself out.
chance again.
He started a couple games for Miami.
Well.
I mean...
Then he went to Tampa behind Brady, and then he went to San Fran the same year.
Yeah,
I have no idea where he's at now.
He's probably going to be one of those, career backups just traveling around the league. Not a bad thing to do, actually. If you're not going to be an amazing All-Pro Hall of Famer type player, you might as well just be a backup and save your body and make millions of dollars sitting on the bench. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
I would be a backup quarterback any day of the week.
Just sit on the bench,
what they
be everybody's favorite quarterback on the team.
Oh, yeah. The fans always love you because they think you're going to be the guy that's going to turn their team around. I mean...
So, what happened in the Cowboys game?
Well, I wish I had some real knowledge for you. They didn't really play anybody outside of who they put in the Hall of Fame game. CeeDee Lamb got a couple snaps. Michael Gallup, he actually dropped 2 balls in the game, so I don't know if he's trying to get traded or what the deal is.
That's not always the best route if you're trying to get traded.
No, and I mean, Garrett Gilbert, he looked good again. He looks poised. He looks like a good backup quarterback. I'm happy with that.
Tell everybody the big news.
The big news.
Yes.
What, Ben DiNucci put me to sleep?
Not that part of it.
Nice one to learn how to kick?
Not that part of it. Ben DiNucci threw a touchdown pass.
Okay, listen. I watched all the way through the third quarter before my old ass fell asleep. and Ben DiNucci wasn't doing anything, so he got lucky and threw a 1-yard touchdown pass. I'm not gonna. I mean, Cooper Rush looked way better than he did, and Garrett Gilbert looked way better.
That tells you should always read Bleacher Report, because I read Bleacher Report and they said, "Oh, Ben DiNucci kept him in the game with his touchdown pass, not the 1 yard, but just his touchdown pass." That's what they told me.
Yeah, Ben DiNucci will be selling real estate for us soon enough. Okay.
I hope he watches the show. Somehow this gets to him.
He does not deserve to be on an NFL team. Okay, I'm just telling you that right now. We had that. It was fine. I mean, I can't wait to see my starters out there. You know, I can't wait to see Zeke, which we're probably not going to see any of Zeke.
I'm getting Ben next week against Detroit here in Pittsburgh.
I think there's a better chance that we'll see Dak in the preseason than we'll see Zeke.
Dude, I don't know. I question the Steelers actually right now. They played Najee 30 snaps out of 33.
Run them to the wheels fall off.
Right? In the preseason, though?
Run them to the wheels fall off. If it were me, honestly, I would just not play my starters at all.
No, me and you went out for the Steeler-Cowboy game, and I wanted to see Najee in that game. Since that game, I don't want them to put him back on the field until the regular season.
Yeah, I was actually getting upset with the Cowboys that they had late into the second quarter. They still had Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith on the field. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Right?
Leighton Vander Esch is injury prone. Get him off the field.
You do know we have 17 weeks of football. I don't need to see my starters get injured before the season starts.
Right. I get it. They're learning the scheme, but still, I mean, let them learn that in practice.
Right.
When they're not full blown hitting. You know what I mean?
I get it.
But overall, I'm okay. Like it's preseason. I'd like to see my starters, but I can also wait till September 8th for that.
So something crazy happened this
7th?
week.
8th?
What was 9th?
9th. Whatever. Whenever my
It's
Cowboys
someday, and they start against the Buccaneers. Good luck.
and I fly back into town that day.
That's true. And he's going to meet me because he made me do a friend promise here on the show a few weeks ago.
I'm going to meet you. Unless my plane gets delayed, then I'm going in person. I'm going to drive to Tampa and watch the game in person.
Okay.
If my plane gets delayed.
And he'll post a little short on that.
What's a short?
But what we did earlier. Actually,
do?
no. It's these. I wear them. They're shorts.
What did we do earlier?
A short.
Oh, okay.
It was short.
I'm still confused.
I don't know, dude.
Is it a TikTok?
What is TikTok?
Is it an Instagram?
No, it's not Instagram.
It's a short.
I know the gram. It's not called Instagram. It's the gram. You do it for the gram.
Sure it's called,
you do it for the gram.
I'm pretty sure it's called Instagram on my phone.
Do it for the gram. Stick with Facebook. You're old.
I am old. I'm getting old. I don't even have TikTok on my phone.
What is the TikTok?
What is the TikTok? Do I tick or do I talk?
I don't know.
All right, so let's talk about some rookie quarterbacks. Did you actually watch any of these rookie quarterbacks?
I watched the highlights. I didn't watch any of the games.
I watched one of the games, but then the great thing about the NFL is they are realizing that what we want to see as fans, and then they're making those clips and putting them onto YouTube. So, like, I was able to go through. I literally started with watching Trevor Lawrence's complete game.
Yeah.
It was all just Trevor Lawrence's plays.
It's on NFL YouTube, yeah.
Not him handing off. It's just him throwing. That's all I wanted to see.
Giving you credit at NFL YouTube.
We're giving you credit, NFL. And then over on the right-hand side in suggested videos, it was Trevor Lawrence. It was Zach Wilson, Trey Lance. It had all of them. And then it also had, which before we get into the rookie quarterbacks, Jordan Love.
Yeah, he had a good week.
Dude, Jordan Love.
He had a good week. A little surprised, but he had a good week.
If I was a Packers fan, I'd be wondering right now, is Aaron Rodgers worth all the drama?
For one more season, yes. Yes.
I don't know, man. Jordan Lewis looked good.
He won the MVP last year.
It kind of reminds me of when, Brett Favre was pulling his shenanigans. What's with Green Bay quarterbacks always pulling their shenanigans at the end of their career?
Because they don't know how to actually...
They just need to ride off into the sunset like Romo did, all right?
At least Brett Favre, they gave him a few years with Aaron Rodgers behind them. The Packers just, fuck it, we're going to trade up for Jordan Love. We're not even going to tell Rodgers when we know he needs a receiver. We're not even going to tell him. We're just going to trade up and take Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Aaron Rodgers slid to the Packers.
Oh, what he got taken in 20 something?
Yeah, mid-20s or something like that. So,
Ooh, I think what he did.
I was pretty impressed with Jordan Love. I thought he did really well.
Yeah, he definitely had a good week.
I think the Packers have themselves a future quarterback.
I don't want to jump there yet. There's been too many bad scenarios with Jordan Love so far to base off one game.
I've seen enough.
That's good for you.
He can make the throws. He's mobile. He stood and took a couple big hits, which you probably don't want. But, I mean, yeah.
Actually, he came out of that game injured.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. He was getting the crap kicked out of him that game.
Nonetheless, that being said, we're going to talk about the top 5 quarterbacks that were drafted this year.
In the order they were drafted.
Being Trevor Lawrence, Justin...
Wow, you
Wilson.
are all messed up.
No,
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson,
Trey Lance,
Justin Fields, and Mac Jones.
All right. Just the names, they all throw me off.
We're going to start off in Jacksonville. We're going to talk about your boy, Trevor Lawrence.
So before we get into this, I want to say every one of these quarterbacks this week has a highlight reel play at some point. They all had a big-time quarterback play.
They all made plays. No doubt about it. I think they all played pretty well.
They all looked like quarterbacks. Is what
they did.
Not like running quarterbacks. They all looked like quarterbacks.
Oh, there was some running in there, too.
No, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying they actually didn't look like they should be running backs. They looked like, no, you're a quarterback who can run. Like Patrick Mahomes, how he's a quarterback but he can move. Don't get me wrong. I don't think any of them looked like they're as good as him.
Yeah, I mean...
there was Trey Lance had some comparisons this week. I heard.
Yeah, he kind of looked a little...
I heard he got the comparisons, but nonetheless, we're gonna start with Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
Cool. What was your thoughts?
While he did good, I personally think he was the worst out of the 5 quarterbacks out of what I saw. I don't think he did bad. I think he did good. I think for his first game, he was there. Was it Marvin Jones Jr. that's now his receiver?
Yeah, he still has Chenault. He still has DJ Shark too.
Yeah, but Shark's out right now for some reason with like an injury or something.
I'm sure he is. He's always out with injury.
But Marvin Jones Jr. made some great catches.
He always does. Think about him in Detroit, dude. He made plays in Detroit.
Why is this guy not like just a stud?
Because what is he, 5'10"?
I don't care. A guy can play.
I agree.
I think that they're going to have a very similar problem as a lot of these bad teams that draft young quarterbacks, and they're going to have trouble protecting them.
Yeah, I can see that. Don't get me wrong. I feel like Jacksonville has some decent linemen, huh? Like their center. I know their center. Wasn't he a Pro Bowler last year? I'm trying to think of his name.
Dude, I don't think I watched a single Jackson. Oh, no. Wait, there was a Thursday night Jackson game I watched.
Of course it was Thursday night.
It was the only game on, and I wagered on it for some stupid reason.
Because there's a football game on. That's why you wagered on it.
Yes, there's a football game. So I had to, in order to entice me to watch a Jacksonville Jaguars game, I had to wager on it.
And at that point, I guess the only player you would have watched on Jacksonville was Gardner Minshew.
I know that running back. What was that running back that killed it last year?
James Robinson, I guess.
James Robinson.
The undrafted running back.
Minshew was fun to watch, though.
He's always fun to watch. I don't even know if he's that good. It's just enjoyable to watch him.
He's just entertaining.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a factor that kind of is like the Hulk Hogan of the NFL with his mustache and his mullet.
Yeah, I like it. I would take him as a backup in Dallas any day of the week. So.
Question: would you rock the Minshew though?
I don't think I can grow the Minshew. I have trouble growing facial hair as it is. So.
I did that a few years ago.
What's your grade on Trevor Lawrence? A through D.
First year, rookie coach, rookie quarterback, coming from absolutely nothing. They were dead last year with 1 win as a team. I'll give him a C+.
A C+. Mm-hmm.
Once again, I will say, though, that I do think he is a future Pro Bowl quarterback.
I'm not going to go that far. I would actually, after watching what I watched this weekend, I would say Jordan Love is a future Pro Bowl quarterback over.
And see, I'm the opposite. I won't go that far. Trevor Lawrence was my first showing in the NFL under a team that's reconstructing themselves right now, and he looked like a star quarterback to me.
I'll give him a C. So okay. You're a C, you're C+, I'm a C. Let's go to Zach Wilson and the Jets.
Dude, Can we just base it off he looks like the perfect New York quarterback, somebody they could put on all their magazines and things like that?
Oh, remember, we watched the draft with Laura Jack, and that was like the first comment she said. It was like, oh, they got them a handsome young quarterback.
They got him the centerpiece.
Yeah, I mean, the kid was fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
He made some plays. He was not holding back. He was throwing that ball down the field.
He's the pretty boy that the NFL is waiting on to replace Tom Brady as the pretty boy of the league.
I really like him. I like the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I don't really know any of the weapons that he has around him.
He has Jamison Crowder right off the bat.
Yeah.
Denzel Mims.
Yeah.
Who they brought in, what's his name from Tennessee? Corey Davis.
I mean, they're all low-rated receivers.
They're all number twos for the most part. Crowder made a ton of receptions, though. He's slow, but he's a consistent just possession receiver.
I like Crowder, but he's he's a third, fourth receiver on most teams, not a number one. But either way, I like Zach. I thought he played really well. I thought he was mobile. I thought he had a nice arm.
I agree, actually, on all of that.
I would rate him a B-.
Maybe I'm being a little tough on him, but I'm going C.
I see. Okay. All right. Who do you think's gonna have a better year, Trevor or Zach?
Trevor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that the Jets. Oh man.
I think you wanted to say something, but then you realized, wait.
Like, I like their infrastructure now.
Oh, I like their stuff.
But I just don't like the talent on the field. I just don't.
Yeah.
And you and I have our bet, and I fully expect to win that bet.
Except for Deshaun Watson's fourth on that roster right now.
Oh, come on. He's going to be their starter. Let's not fool around here.
If he doesn't get traded. And if he doesn't get into any more legal issues.
Trey Lance.
By the way, we said if he's on the team. That doesn't mean if he has legal issues, which holds him out of playing in our bet. We literally said if he's still on the team is what we said.
If I said he's... I'm pretty sure... We'll have to go back.
Technically, he's still on the team if he gets suspended.
I'm pretty sure I said if he's playing. Meaning if he's on the field.
We'll have to take a look, because we actually made this bet before the legal issues came up. We were making this bet off the basis that he wanted to be traded.
Right.
And we were wondering about that.
We'll have to go back and review the tape.
Okay.
Or somebody listening can go back and review the tape.
Yeah, Laura,
we have
Jack.
many weeks until we have to worry about that.
Or Dave, you were there that week.
Dave was there that week.
Just saying.
Trey Lance, buddy.
Trey Lance. This was my favorite quarterback of the draft. And you remember, I was telling you that the whole draft. Love this guy. And funny enough, if you look at the numbers, purely by completion ratio, he was the worst of the bunch. By completion percentage.
I could make the argument he was slinging the rock more than anybody.
Oh, I loved him.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying if I looked at it, if I didn't watch the actual plays that he made, by comparison to just reading the stat line would tell you one thing. He would have a high number of yards, but he was 5 for like 12 or 5 for 13 or something like that.
There was a couple drops in there too.
Once again, that's what I'm saying. If you're reading the stat line and you weren't actually paying attention.
Brandon Ayuk dropped a pass in that game.
I told you my thoughts on Ayuk.
I'm just saying, he's everybody's stud.
Nonetheless, and he's not mine. So,
just saying.
Nonetheless, Trey Lance, to me, he was every bit what I expected him to be. He's a gunslinger. He's a quarterback that's new to the game. He's only played quarterback 2 years, and one of them he sat out because North Dakota State couldn't play last year in college. So he's a one-year quarterback, one actual season quarterback. And guy got an arm. He's mobile. He got some size to him. He looks like a superstar quarterback, and he has a great head coach in Kyle Shanahan who knows how to coach quarterbacks.
Jimmy G needs to watch out.
This year, yeah.
Looking over his shoulder.
But here's the catch to that. Even Jimmy G, at least for this upcoming year, can mentor Trey Lance, just like the Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith thing. Similar idea. Actually, very similar if you stop and think about it.
It's not that similar because Jimmy G still wants to be a starting quarterback in the league. Alex Smith knows I'm towards the end of my career.
Yeah, but he moved on and went to be a starting quarterback before he got injured again.
Yeah, but he knew that he wasn't the guy anymore.
Well, nonetheless, Jimmy G should have realized that as soon as they took a quarterback with the number 3 overall pick.
Jimmy G's still being paid like that.
And they traded up to go to the number 3 overall pick to get the quarterback. Sorry, Jimmy G. You have to realize that if you last this whole season, you should feel lucky. And the only way you would last past that is if you win the Super Bowl, probably. And even with that all said, they may still decide to go with Trey Lance anyways. He's more talented.
Trey Lance should be their starting quarterback.
Dude's a beast.
He was so much fun to watch.
He's a beast. There's 2 of them this week that I really like. All of them were good. I thought every one of them showed that they could be a starting quarterback.
None of them played bad.
There's 2 of them to me that showed that, okay, it may be their time right now.
What's your rating on Trey Lance?
Trey Lance, I'm going with a B+.
I'm going to go with a B.
I just, the potential of Trey Lance and what he showed.
We're going off of what you saw. B+. Okay. My favorite quarterback coming out of the draft
I know where we're going.
was Justin Fields.
Because this is my number 2 guy that I said should be a starter. So,
And, wow. Okay. He started off a little rocky. It looked like he was maybe a little nervous. Whatever the deal was. He settled in and balled out. He was the most impressive rookie quarterback.
He actually, I made that comparison to Patrick Mahomes. He actually looked like he could be an all-pro quarterback.
He reminds me of like
off the bat.
He reminds me of like a Dak. He's big, strong, big arm.
I thought he was more mobile than Dak, though.
Dak's pretty mobile.
I get that, but like Justin Fields is big, but Dak looked big, like Ben looks big.
Right.
Justin Fields doesn't look big like they look big. He runs big when you watch him, but he's faster. His arm is amazing. His throwing on the run is amazing. Dude was a beast.
He's a beast. The Bears got them a baller quarterback.
Yeah. They may finally have a franchise quarterback.
And I think that Andy Dalton is the right type of guy to
mentor
him and get him ready.
Same thing, the Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Same idea we're talking about here.
The Bears, with their defense, their running game, and Justin Fields, in the next 2 to 3 years will be a force to be reckoned.
So what did they trade from? They traded from pick 19 to pick 11 to get this or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Worth it?
Oh, yeah.
I forget what they even gave up extra to get that. Move that
all day long.
But no matter what it was, I would all day take that trade to get a franchise quarterback who already may have proven that, hey, cool, we feel good about this. Because if you remember Mitch, good old Mitch.
Mitch is right where he should be, backup quarterback.
Hey, Mitch had a few 6-touchdown games.
Okay, but he's right where he should be. He's the backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, I have to rank Justin Fields an A. I thought he was the best performance out of everybody. And I don't know if you remember when he faced Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs last year.
You did? Yeah.
I specifically said, I played Trevor Lawrence. He was the best quarterback in that game. Yeah. And therefore, I was dead set that he was going to be the best out of the bunch in the NFL.
Yeah. Once again, guys, this is the first preseason performance for these guys. Super early.
No, it's super early. But
early.
We're judging it off of what we saw.
Right.
What are you ranking, Justin?
I'm 100% agreeing with the A.
Okay. So you thought he did the best out of everybody.
What he showed when he calmed down in the game, he showed he was ready to play right now. I have no questions about that. I feel bad for Andy Dalton because I really do agree with you that I think he's a good mentor. But truthfully, dude can ball right now. He may even save the Bears season. They may make a run with how talented he is. Because the quarterback can change that. We all know that.
A quarterback can absolutely change. I mean, look at Dak, his rookie year, took the Cowboys. Although, I will say the Cowboys would have been fine with Romo at starter, too, that year. But it was an injury, obviously.
Truthfully, Justin Fields in the game, the way he can move in the pocket, move around, makes it easier for David Montgomery to run the ball, which he already had a beast year last year running the ball. You have Allen Robinson, who make it super excited to have a quarterback that can
wasn't even on the field while Justin was balling.
I'm not sure, but he may want to be.
No, I'm saying he wasn't in this game. He was not on the field. So
who else do they have? I don't even know who the Bears have. They have a good defense. I know that, but
they have a great defense. I'll give them that. They have that fast running back. What's his name?
Oh, Tree Cohen. He's coming back this year. That's right.
He is coming back.
So they have some weapons, but I think he just changes the dynamic. When you have to stop a playmaker like that, you change the dynamic and you change those guys around him.
Yeah, and it's at least going to take half a season or a full season just for the NFL to catch up to what he's doing in his mannerisms and what he does on the field.
And here's the catch with him. People said he didn't pick up gameplay and things like that as fast as the other guys. That was his catch. So here's the catch, is once the NFL catches up to him, like Patrick Mahomes, who can adjust and make himself different and play all sorts of ways, his field's going to be that guy who can change up. Or is what people were worried about with him, where the aptitude wasn't there.
I mean, I think that he shows all the skills. So we'll see what else comes from that. But.
You know what my favorite part about him is the post-game conversation. He literally looked at the camera and said, "That came real easy, guys." That is what he said to the camera. That was not that difficult. That came a lot easier than I thought. I thought practice was harder than that.
What's this NFL speed you guys are talking about?
Right. And he literally said, practicing against my own defense is more difficult.
Well, could you blame him there? That defense is ferocious.
Who did he play? I don't even remember who he played this weekend.
Damn, I watched the highlights over and over again.
I'm sure they probably weren't as good as the Bears defense. So
no. Not many teams are as good as the Bears defense.
So last but not least, we got Mac Jones with the Patriots. And his hardest deal is he's not falling. I don't count Cam. Cam's at stopgap. He's falling up from Tom Brady. He's the guy that they are thinking is their future. I've heard some great. I've heard some neutral on him. I thought as a guy who came in under Bill Belichick with enough question marks of how great is he had a pretty good game. Not going to say I thought he was ready to take the starting role yet, but pretty good game. Consistent.
Okay, out of the 5 rookie quarterbacks, Mac Jones is by far the most boring.
Yeah, that he is. I'll give you that.
He's not mobile.
Tom Brady was boring when he first came in the league, too.
Well, I'm going to say he's not mobile. He's not sexy. He doesn't have a huge arm.
Who's this all sound like?
Who does that sound like?
Who does that sound like from New England?
Who played for Bill
He got
Belichick?
drafted for them.
Yeah.
Who does that sound like? He's boring. Oh, wait. He played for the Patriots.
Yeah, who was that guy?
Oh, man, I forget him.
I'm pretty sure they called him the GOAT.
Did he wear number 12?
I think he was TB12.
I think I'm old enough. I do remember this. He was number 12. He was Tom Brady.
Yes.
I think he did pretty well in his career.
He did pretty well.
All
now
right.
Listen, I'm not saying Mac Jones is going to be Tom Brady.
Neither one of us are.
However, I think the guy was good. He was solid.
And how do you judge this? Because Brady got drafted in the 6th round.
He was more competent than any other quarterback they have on their roster.
Yeah, even including Cam. So
Well, Cam has one ball. He has a fastball. That's what Cam has. He doesn't know. This is the same thing with Kaepernick. He doesn't know how to put that touch on the ball. He's got that stupid fastball, and that's all he has. You know what I mean? So I'm not too worried about Cam. And don't get me wrong, I think Cam's going to be the day one starter. But
yeah.
I mean, the Patriots
That's a Belichick move. So
the Patriots got themselves a quarterback. He's not going to be Trey Lance, who's going to run in circles around people and throw 70 yards down the field.
You do know how bad this smells like of syrup as soon as you open the bottle.
It's horrible. You can take that one home with you if you want.
That's all right. I got too much at home already. Sam would look at me like, what is this?
I would not be shocked if out of the 5 of these guys that Mac Jones is the Hall of Famer in the group.
I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked.
Just because of the team he's on, the coach he has.
Dude, I hate saying that I think there could be 5 Hall of Fame quarterbacks out of the 5. But when I watch those games, I can see the potential in every single one of them.
What a great quarterback class.
You're not kidding. And this is, once again, super early, guys. Super early. But, man, these guys have potential to be studs.
I'm giving Mac a C.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
But that's only because he's just not, like, Justin Fields was sexy.
Mac Jones is the guy who, probably not this year, but next year, I'm going to see 21 for 30, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Maybe not even a pick, maybe 3 touchdowns and no picks.
He goes like 12 and 5 and goes to the playoffs.
Every year.
Yeah, I mean, he looks to be the most consistent, steady.
We're going to see MJ 10 all over the place.
I could see that.
MJ, the Michael Jordan show. MJ.
Now, for those of you who haven't watched the show before, we are going to be trying to trim it down. These hour and a half shows are getting a little long for us here.
Yeah, we're going to try to be under an hour, guys.
Yeah, so that's our goal, is to stay under an hour, no matter what we're talking about. It's going to get really hard come the football season.
We're getting close there.
No, we're not. We started kind of late.
Oh, all right.
You didn't even
He knows
show up
more.
until
I'm old.
9. So 9:05.
I actually showed up at 9:05. Let's be right here.
Yeah, slacking on me.
And now we got to figure out shorts. I wear shorts. I don't know what shorts are.
We're old guys. It just is what it is. But before we get into Kids Corner, because we are going to be wrapping up the show, because we recorded prior to Hard Knocks.
Ah, that's right. Little review of Hard Knocks.
I got to do a quick review of Hard Knocks. Did you watch it?
Not episode 2. I only watched episode 1 so far.
Episode 2 isn't out yet, right? It comes out Tuesday.
Oh, then I've only watched.
So you watched episode 1.
Yes.
Okay. So at least I think
I told you I did. Me and you had a conversation.
No, I'm talking like I think episode 2 isn't out yet. If it is, I'm going to go home and check tonight. I'll stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
You would have been my authority on this. So
I thought it was every Tuesday it was getting released. So I have a couple things that really stood out to me from Hard Knocks. Okay.
Okay. I'm listening.
Number 1, Zeke looks fit.
Okay.
I love that Zeke is running in the heat in a sweatshirt.
Yep, I saw it.
I love the conversation of head coach and Stephen Jones talking about Zeke's got a lot of mileage on him. Let's not play him in preseason. Essentially, I love that they're talking like that. And it blows my mind, which I'm sure it was all staged, but it blows my mind that Zeke would not hire somebody to wrap Dak's present. It made for super entertaining footage, right? Like watching him trying to watch a YouTube video and wrap a present, super entertaining. Now that was my Zeke take, okay?
Yep.
I do love how like him and Dak together, they just seem like they fucking love each other.
Oh, they're brothers.
They have this bond, and it's unique, and I love that about it. Dak. Okay, I have been
up and down, roller coaster. Not even really roller coaster. A lot of downs on him.
It's been mostly down, and then just recently, the last year or so, been going up. Right?
Yeah.
Give him all the money. I am sold on Dak Prescott after watching him. I loved his attitude.
I can agree with that.
I loved it. He's sitting there going like, I shot out all last year. Why am I sitting now? I'll tell you when I'm tired. Get me on that field. He's like talking shit to Gigi, Garrett Gilbert. They call him Gigi. Gigi's like, hey, I'm taking your reps. I didn't tell you to take my reps. Like, I want to end it. Like, he's getting fired up. I loved it. And then he gets hurt. He gets hurt, right? And then, of course, why am I drawing a blank on my coach right now? Mike
McCarthy.
McCarthy's like, son of a bitch. Like, seriously? He's hurt again? But Dak wouldn't even go into the locker room. He stayed there with his helmet on and wanted to be part of practice. And Mike had to go over to him like, Dak, go get it checked out. Like, what are you doing? Go start the rehab process. Like, go. Like, yes, we want you out here, but go. Okay, love it. Dak, I love you now. You're my boy. My next jersey will be a Dak Prescott jersey.
And I'm going to give you the one scripted moment that sticks out in my mind. And that is your boy, Jerry Jones, with his McDonald's sausage McGriddle with salt. That is definitely in my things that I need to talk about. First one Zeke, then Dak. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was cutting you off.
No, you're good. But Jerry,
yeah,
I can totally picture Jerry eating that every day. So here's my question to you, though. Do you think that Jerry Jones actually eats a McGriddle every day? Or do you think
McDonald's paid him?
Mr. Marketer Jerry Jones is like, hey, McDonald's, how much are you going to pay me to smash one of them McGriddles on Hard Knocks?
Was it even a McGriddle with how much salt he put on it?
I'm pretty sure it was a McGriddle. That's what everybody said it was.
Oh, I know it was a McGriddle, or at least was supposed to be a McGriddle.
I wouldn't be shocked if he eats that every day. I also would not be shocked if that was 100% staged and he got a check from McDonald's to smash that McGriddle.
I hope he eats that every day. That'd be great.
I do too. And dumps like
he gets the McDonald's coffee. He gets the McGriddle.
He dumps the whole pallet of salt on it and just crushes that that McGriddle, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's just those things that like makes. And listen, for those of you who haven't heard me talk about
brings you back down to earth.
My experience of going to the Cowboys games, and not only the one in Dallas, but like if you go to an away game for the Cowboys, you've seen it. He literally goes out to the field beforehand. Doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, whatever, and he makes his way all the way around the stadium, shakes the hands of every Cowboy fan he can. At the Cowboys game, I was in the tunnel. He came up. He was shaking everybody's hand. He signed my jersey. He hit on my wife. He's just a down-to-earth guy who cares about his fans. And my favorite part of all of Hard Knocks, all of it, okay? And it ends with Jerry. It starts with Jerry. It ends with Jerry, right? When he's at his press conference and he's tearing up. The guy is crying. And he's saying, I would do anything in my power to win another Super Bowl.
Hire a better coach.
He feels he did hire the best coach that was available, right? Mm-hmm. He would do anything in his power. And that's like, all these people talk trash on Jerry Jones. I love Jerry, and I love him because I know that he always tries to put the best product possible on the field.
That's why I respect the Steelers and my team.
Well, they might be better at putting the best quality product on the field, but Jerry definitely tries hard to put the best quality product on the field.
Dude, we both live here in Pittsburgh. We do have a team, Pirates, who do take advantage of the fan and the system to make money.
Sure.
So we do have that team here. Don't get me wrong, we have two great teams here in Pittsburgh, and the Steelers and the Penguins, who do definitely play to win. And they've shown it multiple times. But we do have a team here that, if you wanted to look at a prime suspect of, this is a team that doesn't care to win, they just want to take your money.
How many owners in professional sports would cry over their team not winning a Super Bowl? You know, like, that's how much that dude cares. And listen, if there wasn't a salary cap, because we saw it in the 90s, if there was not a salary cap, Jerry Jones would spend every penny he has to build a Super Bowl team. I mean, he'd be signing every quality free agent.
With that new stadium, he'd have the money for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, so that was my number one takeaway. Is I started almost tearing up. Like I just seeing Jerry up there just pouring his heart out, saying like I would give anything. He would sign a deal with the devil tomorrow. Like here's my life. I'll die as soon as we win a. He probably would. He's old right now. He's really old. If that's his last dying wish is to win a Super Bowl, he probably would do it.
Eating those McGriddles, he probably is.
Oh, that's going to put him
with all that salt on top of it.
That's going to put him in the ground a lot quicker. Let me tell you.
Steven needs to have a talk about that. So,
well, listen, your team has been very vocal with the fact that they don't want Hard Knocks, right? They don't want the cameras in the locker room or whatever. But
that's not our style, though. But that's not the
as a fan, I can't tell you how awesome it is.
Once again,
how truly awesome it is to just see this. Like I would have never known Dak had that, because you don't see it. You don't see it in the press conferences and stuff. He had that just will to just be out on. And this is training camp. Yeah. Most players don't even want to be in training camp. And Dak is like, I rested all last year. Get me out on this field.
And once again, there's teams that are that way. There's teams that aren't. Like I can tell you right now, the Patriots wouldn't do it because Bill Belichick would never be into it. Into letting people into his locker room. Steelers are that way, as we already know. The Cowboys are definitely a team that's going to be on there. How many times have they been on there, actually?
This is the third time.
Third time? I was going to say.
Yep, third time.
The Rams have been on there. I could see the Rams
Chargers
being a team.
year.
I could see teams like that being on there. I can see Tampa Bay going through it. To be honest with you, honest opinion, even with Brady out there, I can see Tampa Bay being interested in doing it.
Listen, HBO, if you want to sign the Dallas Cowboys, and it could just be the Dallas Cowboys Hard Knocks, and it's just Dallas Cowboys every year, I will continue to give you my $150 a year to keep my membership. Just throw that out there. I love it. I am stoked. It made me even more excited for football season.
Well, now that we're in the 2-minute warning here, we're going to move on to Kids Corner.
Kids Corner.
Kids Corner.
Kids Corner.
Kids Corner. I think it's your week.
I'm going to start off?
Yep.
Okay. So, let me tell you, as a parent to a parent, and I've been doing this a little longer than you.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that I'm downgrading you as a parent or anything like that.
No, you've been doing it longer.
I've been doing it longer. And I feel like...
I called it, remember?
You did call it. I feel like as parents, we have the responsibility to teach our kids what's important in life, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I work really hard, and I teach my kids about working hard. I tell them about like all the cool things they have is because of how hard mommy and daddy, work to make sure they have a good life and all this stuff. And it's not all just the big stuff like money and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's the little things. And on Saturday, so we had the power go out, right? For over 24 hours. So we had to throw away all the food in our fridge again, right? This is like the 4th time this year.
I was going to say, recently, not even just this year.
It's been bad. Yeah, it's been really bad. I don't know what it is with the power grid out in the boondocks where we live, but it's been bad. So anyways, we went out to eat. We went to Red Robin. I had a gift card for my birthday. We used that up, smashed some burgers. And then we did a little shopping. Then we did grocery shopping on the way home. And when I tell you that my kids do not know what a good cereal is, they don't know. Like, my daughter, like, she's into some sort of weird health. She's been in this way for a while. And she chooses, what's the...
Cheerios?
No. What's the thing it's like frosted on the top and then just it's like frosted a little
Flakes?
nugget? No, it's like a little nugget and it's frosted on the top.
Got me.
Mini wheats frosted.
Probably.
Mini
that
wheats.
Sounds right.
Something like that. And she chooses like that or Chex Mix or like a bunch of garbage, right? Like nobody wants to eat that crap, okay? And then you got my son who just chooses whatever character he wants out of a box, right? So we've had like Trolls cereal and it's all garbage. Like it's like the worst cereal that they can, and they throw marshmallows into it and then serve it to kids, right?
Yeah, that's about right.
So I took my kids, both of them, down the cereal aisle because we needed cereal. We were not only did the food in our fridge go bad, but we were low on cereal, and the only cereal we had was complete garbage. And I like to have a little cup of cereal. I don't even have milk. I just like to have a little cup of cereal at night, right? That's like my last thing in the day usually, with that or goldfish or something. I take them down the cereal aisle, and I'm like, kids, let me show you what good cereal is, okay? And I picked up the box of Honey Nut Cheerios. That's a good cereal. I picked up the box of Fruity Pebbles. That's a good cereal. I picked up the box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's a good cereal.
Tell me you picked up Captain Crunch too.
Did not pick up Captain Crunch. That would have, like, if I was making a top 10 list, that would have been on there. I picked up the box of Lucky Charms. Yeah, that's a good cereal, right? And then I come, my wife was down the other aisle. We walked back with this huge, like, armful of cereal boxes. She's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm teaching my kids what good cereal is. That's my kids' corner.
That wasn't a kids' corner. That was a teaching lesson.
That's part of kids. I gotta teach my kids.
Really is. Me and Grayson have a thing right now. Ollie hasn't gotten there yet, where we call it man moments. And I'll actually use similar example. What you just did. Okay, so we all know my vacation was about 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago, somewhere in that ballpark.
3. Yeah.
3. So we were on vacation where Grayson loves the pool. Absolutely loves it. Loves to jump into the pool, the whole thing. Okay, so there was 2 older ladies on the one side who had their nooks and reading their books on the side.
Okay.
Halfway in the water, the nooks are on the side. Okay. And they're sitting there for hours and hours and hours. And they're in the little section, so Grayson is absolutely trying not to splash them. But at one point, kids, they get distracted. And he just jumps and doesn't even think anything about it. And water on the lady, gets on her nook, the whole thing. He's looking at me. He's not even looking at her. He's looking at me like, oh shit. We already had this conversation. Oh shit. I didn't mean to. You've heard it. I didn't mean to. No, I didn't do it. I'm sorry. Grayson, accidents happen. Okay? Say sorry. And he's across the pool, not even looking. He's just so scared. Sorry. So I go over to the lady. I apologize. I asked her if her nook's okay. Everything's fine. She's okay. She's laughing about it. So I pull Grayson aside and I tell him, hey, we're going to have one of our man moments. Because I want to teach him how you're respectful to people. You're respectful to your adults and how a man should handle things in that situation. And I bluntly told him, hey, you need to actually go over to her and look her in the face and say you're sorry. Not just from a distance without even acknowledging her.
Right.
He looks at me. He starts to walk, and I tell him, go ahead and go. Starts to walk over in the pool over to her. He is about 5 feet from her. He turns around and looks at me like, Dad, I'm scared. Grayson and I will come with you right now. Grayson walks up to her. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to get you wet and your book wet. She just loves it. But it's one of those moments, and same thing as what you're saying, coaching. Teaching kids how they should act. Because I don't know if you watch enough of these YouTube kid channels. There's some ridiculous stuff out there that I hate watching what they're teaching kids, to be honest with you. And I can say this on here right now because we are not allowed for kids, so they should not be watching the show. But Hobby Kids TV, you're who I'm talking about.
Hobby Kids TV.
Hobby Kids TV. Don't let Roman watch it. It is a waste of time.
Oh, Roman's just at this point watching video gamers on YouTube now.
Grayson has moments with that, but Hobby Kids TV is just like an older kid version of Blippi. But the stuff that they're teaching kids to act like and do is just ridiculous. And I honestly had to tell Grayson, hey, I don't want you watching this anymore. Not because they're saying bad words or anything. It's just teaching them dumb stuff that's not... It just makes them look ridiculous.
I used to think that SpongeBob SquarePants was making my kids dumb until I saw some of these YouTubers, and now I'm okay with SpongeBob.
Yeah, some of these YouTube shows are like 10 times worse. It actually, watching this one, gave me a new respect for Blippi.
Blippi's not bad.
No, he's not. But at first, when I first started watching him, I'm like, oh, geez, really? And I didn't think he was bad. Like, I wouldn't have stopped my kids from watching him. But my mind was like, really? But the more I've watched some of these other guys, man, Blippi's actually pretty good at what he does.
So let's have a man moment and talk about this scenario you just said. Because you handled it 100% the right way, right? We taught your son to be a man and go up and say, I'm sorry, and apologize for the Kindle or Nook or whatever it was. But let's also take a second to say, what the hell are you doing in a swimming pool with a fucking Nook? Like, hot tub? Maybe, right?
Granted, remember, the Nook was off to the side on the cement, the walkway.
I don't care.
I get it.
You're in a swimming pool with children.
That was something me and Sam, when we walked away, that was something we said. We were like, she's going to be down here for like 8 hours roasting in the sun, just reading whatever book she has on there. You do realize that pool's for kids, too. We did say that. It wasn't about that, though.
No, I know it's not about that, but come on, people.
I get it.
Like, okay, if you want to read it, go to the hot tub, go to the lawn chair.
Go to your patio. Everybody had a patio that could see the ocean.
Patio.
I understand you want to be in the pool, but...
then be in the pool. Like, you don't have to read your freaking note. Or, you know what? Go to the area where the kids are. Go to the deep end or something and just...
But she couldn't just relax there and hang over the wall because she couldn't touch the ground.
I mean, she could have just rested her arms on the cement and it might not have been as comfortable. But I'm just saying, like, don't take a Nook in the water. Go enjoy the freaking water. Read on your own time, you know?
If you want to enjoy the water and read a Nook, go to the ocean. The ocean was another 100 yards.
Sure. That's just horseshit. People... Don't read a Nook at the swimming pool, especially
a family swimming pool in the middle of the day when you know kids are going to be.
Some of these resorts have like adult swimming and stuff like that. Sure, if you're there, do what you want to do. But
right.
And then if you're there, which sounds like she didn't get mad, but if you're there, you can't get mad if that happens. Even if the Nook was ruined, you can't get mad.
And she didn't get mad. Once again, she didn't get mad. That was a lot of me trying to teach him what he should be as a respectful thing.
I would have done the same thing, but it does drive me absolute bonkers that people are just stupid.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not disagreeing there.
Like, old lady by the pool with a Nook, you're stupid. Okay?
All right, so I'm wondering, can we call a cheers and see if we break under an hour?
Cheers.
Buddy. And on that note, go follow us, like the show, subscribe to the show. Follow Ian at Ian_S_Hoover. Myself at Sean at Sabina Houses. And then together at 2_Dads Drink. All on Instagram. You can find us pretty much on any social media platform. Ian Hoover, Sean Sabina.
And just remember, the more that you subscribe, like, and follow us, and the more we're going to put back into the show, right?
We've been doing it already. We've got mics, we got stands, we got mentors.
Teaching us to do shorts.
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 I hope I pressed the button right. Deuces.
Deuces.